Republican U.S. Senate hopeful Roy Moore has filed a lawsuit to try to stop Alabama from certifying Democrat Doug Jones as the winner of this month's election. Papers launching the case were filed about 14 hours before Thursday's meeting of a state canvassing board to officially declare Mr. Jones the winner of the December 12 special election. Mr. Jones defeated Mr. Moore by about 20,000 votes. Mr. Moore's attorney wrote in the complaint that he believed there were irregularities during the election and said there should be a fraud investigation and eventually a new election. This is not a Republican or Democrat issue, as election integrity should matter to everyone, Mr. Moore said in a statement. Alabama Secretary of State John Merrill said he has no intention of delaying the canvassing board meeting. It is not going to delay certification, and Doug Jones will be certified on Thursday at 1 p.m. and he will be sworn in by Vice President Mike Pence on the 3rd of January, Mr. Merrill said. In the complaint, Mr. Moore's attorneys noted the higher-than-expected turnout in the race, particularly in Jefferson County, and said that Mr. Moore's numbers were suspiciously low in about 20 Jefferson County precincts. Mr. Merrill said he has so far not found evidence of voter fraud, but that his office will investigate any complaint that Mr. Moore submits. Mr. Moore has not conceded the race to Mr. Jones and has sent several fundraising emails to supporters asking for donations to investigate claims of voter fraud. "It's not over," he said at the time. "We know that God is still in control." Mr. Jones and Mr. Moore were competing to fill the U.S. Senate seat that previously belonged to Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Mr. Moore's campaign was wounded by accusations against Mr. Moore of sexual misconduct involving teenage girls decades ago. AP